Hello everyone, Matt here, aka Moss-O-Menos Gaming, and today we are talking about Double Life. I know I don't talk about other creators and what they are doing, but I wanted to weigh in and say what I think is going to happen in episode 6. But first, a little recap of the events that have happened in episode 5. And obviously a spoiler warning is in play in case you haven't seen the recent videos or you have not seen this season. Have you clicked off yet? No? Alright, you're warned. We begin this episode with Green and Good Times with Scar having 3 lives, or, as they're known in the series, green names. For those of you who don't know, or you're new to the series, each color represents how many lives you have. Green is 3, yellow is 2, and red is of course 1. We have 2 teams with yellow names. Those are the teams of Zombie Cleo and In the Little Wood, as well as Pearlescent Moon and Smajar, which honestly those are the most surprising to be left on yellow, because they've kind of like switched partners. But you'll if you watch the series, you'll know what's going on with them. Anyways, and for the pairs starting this episode as red, we have the teams of BOO and Impulse SV, Smallish Beans and Etho, Big B and Ren the Dog, and last but not least, Tango and Solidarity Gaming, or as he's known, Jimmy. Now, with the rundown done and out of the way, we could talk about what happened. First off, we had everyone talking about what happened in the last episode and discussions on what they want to do in this episode. Some of them talked about setting up traps, while others talked about how they were going to survive and last till the end. Still in the beginning of the session, Tango called for a meeting of the Reds to talk about Grian and Scar. In episode 4, Scar had stolen the enchanting table, so everyone was after him and Grian. In the midst of battle, Scar thought that putting the table in the panda enclosure that they have would be a good idea since no one would look there. Which I do have to say is a good idea if you dig down further than 1 block. That way, when they go to blow up your pandas, it doesn't take 1 blast to reveal its hiding spot. There was a lot of fighting throughout the video, or videos, and yes, I watched them all. However, the major highlights of everyone's videos were the deaths. I'll stop here for a moment to say that if you don't want to know what happened next, click off now or go to this timestamp so you can see what I think is going to happen next. That is your final warning. Now that it's just everyone who wants to know what happened, the first deaths of the session happened when Scar and Grian were trying to hide from the group of red names coming after them. The 2 of them dug down and found an army of zombies, or a horde of zombies, as some of you may call it. Scar fell down in the pit, and well, we all know what happens when you end up in a pit full of zombies and you don't really have a good way of defending yourself. Both Scar and Gran died, causing our first death of this episode. But that's nothing compared to what happens next. Shortly after Gran and Scar die, I do mean shortly, Jimmy was killed by an Enderman and causing Tango to die as well, giving us the first permanent death of this season. I will say this before I continue. I thought Tango would be a great partner for Jimmy. I thought he was going to somehow keep him alive. But Jimmy ended up being the demise of Tango. And honestly, I was hoping to see Tango win this season. But can't always have what you want. Anyways, after the shock and jokes about how Jimmy is the first to go again, things started to get out of hand. Scar went to try and steal TNT from the red group, not knowing that the mound that they left was a trap. So no matter what he tried, he would just blow up. And blow up he did, causing him and Gran to lose another life, bringing them down to their final 1. They are now red names. And they will be out for blood. After that, Ren and Big B were the last ones to go. And the way that they went out was one of the best ways I've seen someone get killed in the game. Green had set up a dripstone trap for when someone tried to get through the door of the base that they were in. Apparently, Ren wanted to kill Gran, probably because he wanted to kill Scar, and he was the closest one to him, I think. Well, right as Ren started to come through the door, Green released one of the dripstones, and it landed right on Ren the dog, killing both Big B and Ren. Now, Green was upset about it because him and Big B were quote-unquote secret soulmates throughout this whole thing. Green didn't like the fact that Scar was his teammate, which honestly, I don't really blame him, but that's for other areas of topic. Now, with all that being said, here's what I think is going to happen in episode 6. With there only being 2 teams who are yellow, Zombie Cleo and In the Little Wood, and then Pearlescent Moon and Smajar, I believe the 2 teams will start to work together since they've already been working with each other's partners since the beginning. They just kind of like paired off in a weird way. But more than likely, they'll start working on defenses together and keeping each other safe. I feel like Green and Scar will still be on their own somewhat, since there's still animosity towards those 2. I mean, how can there not? Scar stole the chanting table, and Green didn't really do anything to stop him, other than saying, like, hey, you should put that back. That's not going to cut. Probably about halfway through everyone's next video, the red names will put aside their anger for each other to try to go after the yellows and just bring everyone down to red. Because once everyone is down to red, things get interesting and players become unpredictable. The next team to go, gone, I think, will be Green and Scar. I know it came down to those 2 in previous season, or in a previous season, and Grant ended up winning. But the thing we need to remember is that their lives are tethered. And if one goes, you both go. I'll be very surprised if they do end up winning, though. Anyways, I think the final 3 teams of this whole thing will end up being Zombie Cleo and In the Little Wood, Pearlescent Moon and Smajar. And honestly, I think the 3rd group will end up being B-Dubs and Impulse. Once everyone loses the cushion of another life, people are going to be fighting more. There's going to be a little bit more, not being able to work together. There's going to be a lot of animosity and a lot of fighting between each other. I believe Green and Scar, since they have no more lives, will spend the next video trying to be safe, maybe go after 1 or 2 people. But I think them being careful is going to be their downfall. Because you can't be too careful and you can't be too out going after the other players. I will say there will be a lot more traps and a lot more secret deals happening behind people's backs. So, we truly don't know what to say or what will happen next. But that's the beauty of watching these things. You never know what can happen. You're along with the ride with the group and the people that you're following. But yeah. If you guys think that I missed something or you think I should have said something else, please put it in the comment section below. Really quick before I leave and do my outro, I want to give the standings for the teams that are going into the next video. with 2 lives, or the yellow names, it's going to be Pearlescent Moon and Smajar, and the other team is Zombie Cleo and In the Little Wood. Both teams have 2 lives, and those will be the ones to watch and see what they do. Now we have 3 teams as red names, or with 1 life, and the teams are Smallish Beans and Etho, Green and Good Times with Scar, and then we have BOO and Impulse SV. All these, or those 3 teams, have 1 life. This is going to get interesting, everybody. I will have the standings on screen for everyone. But with all that being said, my name is Matt, aka Moss-O-Menos Gaming. Please leave a comment just saying whatever you want to say and your thoughts on this video. If you want to see more of me talking about, like, maybe Hermitcraft or just other series in general that YouTubers are doing, mainly Minecraft YouTubers, I'll definitely do that. Just leave comments, DM me, whatever you want to do. Send me, like, links and stuff. I'll check it out. I'll do what I need to do. And I'll set it up. But yeah. Please like and subscribe. Share with a friend. Share with anybody that you want to share it with or who you think would like this video. Like I said, my name is Matt, aka Moss-O-Menos Gaming. And I'll see you all in the next one. See ya.